Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Welcome, one and all. How are we?
Yeah, good, thanks, AJ.
Evening, AJ.
Kia ora, Andrew.
Good evening.
We've got wonderful Andrew Hoffman here with us. That's a Bit of a
Yeah.
pleasure there, Andrew. Good to see you, mate.
Yeah, good to be
Yeah,
here.
yeah. Yeah, it's been a while since you've been in the broadcast.
It has been, but Zippy's in here, and yeah, I want to hear what he has to say firsthand.
Oh my God!
I told
Now
you
you're
you'd
putting me under
develop a fan
pressure.
club, Zippy.
I hope you got some good jokes, Zippy.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. What do Why can't bees? Why do bees have sticky hair?
Why, Zippy?
No.
Because they use honeycombs.
God, they're getting worse.
Oh, you put me under pressure on the spot.
That was shocking.
Yeah,
Oh,
so-
Right, on that
yeah.
note, I think we might bring the track up and have a look at that, eh?
Yeah, I think so.
Although I am worried that Zippy's probably got some morbid details about it or something.
This is
Eventually.
Zippy's favourite track.
Oh, the Canadian, eh? This track was designed and built in 1950. The first race to be held on the track was a local event organised by Oakville Light Car Club in June 1961. Shortly thereafter, in June 25, the venue held its first major race, the Player 200, a sports car race bringing drivers from all over the world to rural Ontario, where Sterling Moss, the great Sterling Moss, won the two-heated event in a Lotus 19. It is. Oh, that's not the right one. Here we go. Get back to me. It was first opened in June 1961. It's 2.880 kilometers. It has 20 turns. I don't think that's right. Get back to me.
Depends on how many times you're spinning around.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was on a 3-lap average.
All right, it's 3.957 kilometers. It is 10 has 10 turns, and the lap record is 1 minute and 5 seconds at 0.823 by Marco Werner in an Audi R10.
That's humming.
Wonderful.
Wonderful. How many deaths, Zippy?
Look, I've got 3 here. The first major ride was a German guy named Manfred Winkelhock. I have to say that nice and slowly. Who was killed in 1985 when his Porsche 962C crashed into the concrete wall. 2008, there was another one. The latest one was 2018 when a 61-year-old former pro Mazda driver, Jeff Green, speed off the racetrack in turn 8 and slammed into the barrier.
Right. So, yeah.
So we've been
Tricky
quite
track.
lucky that every track has had a death so far. So hopefully the tradition continues.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Zippy.
Oh my.
Let's get to the starting
Right, that's
grid.
enough of that.
All right. So, how did you guys find this track?
Moist.
Oh, it's been an all-time favourite of mine. It's probably where I won my first official race back in about 2018-19. Here, so one and only official race at that stage. So it's a really nice track.
So we got Scott McKenzie with a 19.261. What a time. And Ray Smith in second with Mark Horton in third. Michael Jones in fourth with Benjamin Brook in fifth. Wade Reynolds in sixth. Roy Clark in seventh. Wayne Shepherd coming in eighth. Joel Osterwald in ninth. And Peter Latham in 10th.
All right, we had Mark Peck in 11th and Russell Crowe in 12th. Ron Allen come in 13th, with Brad Hayes next to him in 14th. Justin Wood in 15th and Ed Cullen in 16th. Andrew Rice in 17th and Andrew Listener in 18th. Craig Healy in 19th and Simon Farrington in 20th place.
Go into it.
21st we had Jason Dunn. 27th was Bruce McLeod. 23rd was Peter Burmey. 24th was Fletcher Christian. 25th was James Boardman. 26th was Russell Urin. 27th was Reg James. 28th was Peter Keller. 29th was myself. And 30th was Mark Dial.
Zippy.
No, you go. I'm reading something.
All right, Glenn Collison in 31st, Brett Horsell in 32nd, with Andrew Galley in 33rd, who is now a teammate to myself in Shadow Racing, and Phil Manuel in 34th, sorry. 35th was Michael Hayes and James Cormack in 36th, with Todd Martin in 37th, and Ty Delaney, Scott Gamble being race control, and Alex Kiddis had a pit lane start.
All the times were so close
Cheers,
between
guys.
all splits this week.
Go back to the
Very
start.
close. Hey, Roy Clark joined us.
How are we, guys?
It's going to be very interesting, this
Welcome,
race. You're looking at the top 10. We got Ray, Scott in second, Mark Horton in third, Michael Jones in fourth, Wade Reynolds in fifth, Benjamin Brook in sixth, Roy Clark in seventh, James Boardman in eighth, Peter Latham in equal eighth, and then you have Jason Dunn manning up the top 10 before this race. So Scott McKenzie's putting it right up to Ray Smith here. He's telling, if you want this championship, you have to get past me, which is great to see.
Yeah, Scott's found a bit of pace this season.
Yeah, his qualifying pace has just been unbelievable.
Yeah, I think I said it a week or two ago that he's just been right there in the sort of, well, top three really for the last 3 or 4 rounds now. So, yeah, good on him.
And then you got the usual one, Mark Horton, Jones in fourth, and Brook and Reynolds. And then you got Roy, Wayne. That's good from Rain Shepherd to get up there that high. So that's awesome. So, yes, this is going to be a ring dinger. Even Robert Crow is up in 12th spot. So it's good to see that the old fellas are starting to get their form back.
Isn't it everyone old fellas in here?
Yeah, we're meant
Yeah,
to.
but there's old and there's old.
There's older than there's ancient.
I'm actually watching TV lately, and there's all these senior things coming up. I'm going, I'm not that far now.
Have you got your seniors discount card yet, Zippy?
No, not yet. Got another year. So what brings you in, Hoffy?
Zippy. I
Yeah.
just like to hang around Zippy, that's all. I want to hear his jokes firsthand instead of through YouTube.
Just be careful, though, with those baritone voice of yours. You're going to send either the guys half in sleep or they're going to be getting a little bit sexual out there.
That's it.
Misses.
Yeah, true.
Righto, I think we'll light the wick on this.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan.
Get it going. Oh, shout out to Dane, who's in chat from Europe. I hope you're doing well in the hospital bed.
And they're all getting ready to launch. And they're off.
And they're off. Little blink start on the start line there.
I think there's a few people at that problem. I know Scott did midway through the race a little bit as well, but I think there's a fair few guys
Pecky.
That wasn't teammates, was it?
No, I think he's just hit the brakes and just missed the car in front of him. But imagine being in his motion sim with the amount of movement after seeing what it does going around Daytona. That would have been like suicide. Must have been just about thrown up against the wall.
Yeah, definitely a big hit.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
pretty
had
nice.
I had Jeff. I had Huffy's teammate Mikey Hartland in front of me and
Oh,
Lincoln for most of the race last night on Thursday night.
Yes.
breath going out wide.
Yeah, I don't think Mikey actually recorded one lap because he blinked every lap.
Oh, okay. Yep. I remember Dean doing that. Dean getting in Discord in our chat, saying, "You know, I'm racing, but no laps are being counted."
Yeah. I miss the days of racing with Roy, side by side, banging doors, him spinning out in the air.
Now just
Yeah, we-
racing everybody else.
Is that the real photo of Russell Uren? Because it looks like the guy from Waco.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, Zippy. Everyone's pretty tightly packed in.
It's one of those tracks where you're just locked in behind the car in front of you and sort of tried to look after what you've got, try and preserve the tyres. I think that was probably a big thing about this one, was, you know, how much you can preserve the tyres.
And it was real easy to defend on this track too.
Yeah, just brake and hit the lines and you're good.
Yeah, Ray Smith's got past Scott.
Yep.
You're up one, Roy, up into sixth.
Yeah, I just got Ben down in as we come out of the second turn into the third turn. It was just a little gap for me to get up the inside of him.
Yeah, the starts are so critical now. That's where I'm having to learn now. I'm finding that just doing the mediocre starts is I'm losing so much ground now that everyone else around me starting to lean.
Yeah, it's like I've had some really good starts this season. We start with 8 cars off the line. But this race, this one I got off the line okay.
Oh,
Oh,
it's a car round.
Yeah. I heard young Craig when that happened in our Discord.
I find these cars a lot better to launch off the line in these than the old Gen 2.
yeah, but the old Gen 2, you could hold your foot on the brake and then hold your foot on the accelerator and lift the brake up and take off. This one you can't.
But you know what? Now everyone's been, geez, I'm glad he's not in race control anymore. Jeez.
Oh, that's a blame meter.
Yep, that's Is that going to be a safety car, or are they going to deem him that far off the track?
It's really funny. His front spoiler's there. I think I come up straight the next turn around. There's a front spoiler sitting in the middle of the road. So unless Bruce's fell off or something like that as well. I just remember there was one in the middle of the road. I was like, oh, especially when you're behind another car, it's the last thing you expect to see sitting in the road.
That was what the story was in Discord with Bruce's box of shame. That was the reason, I think.
Oh, this is tight racing.
Yeah, between Faz and Boardman.
Well done, first. Oh!
Jason done.
I was going to say that was done to him, wasn't it? He's giving the spot back.
He's giving his redress. Yep.
Good man, good man.
Yeah, he's done it well.
Everyone's running into
Safety
it.
cars out. Yep. That's
I was-
early. Early.
Ooh, if you
Now,
haven't,
can I say I was shocked at the number of cars that did not pit under this safety car.
Mm.
Yeah,
Me too.
same here, mate. I thought I'd done quite well, and then I worked out why earlier today, and yeah, I was surprised.
Because I try, and especially we knew it was one CPS for this race, and basically we had a full tank, and you only needed 110 litres total to get home. This one, I was like, because it's such a fast racetrack, you can't afford to give up the time in the pits.
no. So
But
we've got
it makes
11
an
drivers.
interesting restart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I counted. There was 11 drivers that didn't pit, and yeah, we'd actually talked to the team before the race, and yeah, all confirmed that if the safety car came in around lap 2 even, that we would pit and take enough fuel to do the whole race basically. I think Dean Logstow had tested 40 laps the day before, and yeah, got the tyres slipped, so that was the plan.
Yeah, and I think, and it really makes for an interesting run here, because you've got those 11 cars on older tyres but lighter cars. You've got everyone else on new tyres, but you've got to look after those new tyres, because they're going to have to go 34 laps now.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, look, it's still, up in the air. If another safety car comes out at lap 12, it could change it all again. But, yeah, their tyres are still fresh, only 5 laps. They've cooled down now and they've got light fuel. The other guys have got heavy fuel, and, yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, but what's the pit stop? Like, 30, 40 seconds that
Yeah.
you've got to make up.
And it's on the fast part.
You got to
of the
remember
circuit,
that
like,
they only had 50 litres in there, so they can only do about 18 laps, and they're going to be having to come in anyway.
Yeah.
And if that's under green conditions, then that's their race done basically.
Yeah.
And that's where you got to think of your own speed, sort of not coming in to the guys that were in front. You don't come into the pit, you're already at a disadvantage because their speed is slightly faster. So
Yeah, exactly. I just never saw not coming in as an option. As long as it was after lap 2 sort of thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
if I was at the back of the field, like I would roll the dice, because maybe getting up the front and getting away and running the tank empty and coming out, you might jump, a whole lot of cars. It's so hard to pass here. Like,
I guess it depends on your pace as well.
Depends on your positioning in that.
Jones has passed Mackenzie in the pits.
Yeah, and I got
Alright.
I got Mark Horton in the pits as well. So even Wayne's having a bit of a flash moment there as well. I just think it was something not quite right with the servers on Thursday night. The amount of guys that were having flashing issues.
Actually, we found it's a lot to do with how many cars you're drawing. Most of the teammates have turned it down. I haven't, because it doesn't affect me as much. But yeah, they've turned them down to a minimum level. So yeah, let's help them out.
So what do you think of the ratio here, Mark, on this one?
Terrible.
Yeah,
It
you're
was
saying
terrible.
something about it in general, yeah.
It could have been. It could have been another quick up. A car, and the racing, I think, would have been a whole lot different.
Maybe, what do you think we look at? I know I've been in other leagues where you've had 2 sets to choose from. Maybe we have 2 sets, one with a lower ratio and one with a higher ratio.
I have mentioned that twice.
Yeah, I couldn't see them going that way. I'm not sure they can actually do that though, can they?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
they had, like I said, the over 60s by mistake. They did it with the Fords and Holdens. The Fords had different diff setup and the Holdens had a different setup. And it made it interesting because one had a longer on the straight and one had better off around the corners. So, yeah, and they're often raced. Wayne Shepherd's got the lead, but hasn't had a stop yet.
Haven't stopped. And I mean, you got like Fletcher Christian is, I've seen him drive at our pace and up front with us guys anyway. So that might work out as a good option for him. It's 16 spots up. Go hard for 10, 11 laps. They'll probably get out of the car with the safety car and that. And then who knows? They might jump some of the guys they were stuck behind.
Yeah, very interesting.
I mean, unlike Gen 2, it's not like all of us guys who are pitted can just pull out and drive by. Up here, like, I tend to find the car, when you're behind somebody, you can get a little bit of a run, but as soon as you come out, you hit that wall, and your run disappears very quickly.
Yeah, I found that at the Mario Andretti straight. It just ran out of puff when you really needed it. But yeah, I understand why Jamie put that ratio in. When they put it set up, we just got to learn to live with it and work with it.
It's like this part of the race here, I stayed in fifth gear all the way through this part here to try and preserve my tyres, because that was more what I was thinking of at this particular point. So that once I come out of that last corner, I stayed in fifth gear all the way until this corner, back to fourth, and then straight back up into fifth again. So I was doing a lot of coasting around in fifth gear, trying to protect the tyres and not let them break into wheel spin or anything else like that.
Green is a very popular colour.
I chose green, nobody had green.
Andrew, I sent you a message in Messenger.
Yeah, I didn't know what messenger you were talking about because I couldn't find it.
Sent you two now.
Do you know how to use messengers, Dippy?
It's the only thing I know how to use.
Who taught you that?
I don't know. Back in the days, in 2013, I think I first jumped on Facebook.
That time I was doing my racing.
Yeah, it was 2012 when I started. June the 16th, I think, 2012.
I think it was March, somewhere in March, early March.
Did it for 2 weeks and then had to go up to and did the tip of Australia on the four-wheel drive and the tally track. Half the time, all I could think about was getting back and jumping on this racing game.
So just the tip, Zippy?
Yes, just to the tip. Do it, I'll give you the tip.
Look at this. Glenn's doing a great job. Like, it was interesting because I knew we're on fresher tyres up here, and like we cannot just drive past these guys. Like, he's held us up for the entire time. Well, it's not held us up. He's just run his line and done everything he can to make sure that he ran his lines and didn't do anything silly. And then now he's got himself caught out a little bit here. And I was sitting there going, "Oh, Scotty's teammate." I saw Scotty get up the inside here and went right. I'm going straight with Scotty here. Because this was an important part of the race. You wanted to make sure you didn't get broke, like the guys didn't break away that you were racing.
Yeah, last
thing
thing you want is a car in front of you, holding you up a little bit, just to...
Yeah. But wait, he's just been caught back that Glenn's still holding us and that, but there's sort of the five of us now who have got a little bit of a break on Wade.
There's some awesome battles going on, that's for sure.
Where's Robert Crow ended up? can't see him on the top 20.
I remember, you know, you've got 11 guys in front who have pitted as well, so.
No, there it is, 34th. Wonder what happened to him.
Must have had a spin or something.
Yeah, he was.
Too much fuel.
Well, he did come in, so all the guys in front of him making him further back. So, but yeah.
But that's 11 spots. He's still down 11 spots, basically. So. There's a couple of little crashes early on there. Maybe he just got caught up in one of those.
We had a driver, one of your drivers, Hoff, he missed his pit bay on Thursday.
Oh, Wayne, yeah, he was gutted, absolutely gutted.
I was wondering what happened until they said there was 32 pit bays. So it would have been pretty easy to miss.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. We all sort of during the week worked on, yeah, we might be back here, so let's just work on practicing getting in the pit lane in those first couple of spots.
That first spot's a shocker to get into.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I started in 29th, and it was just lucky that I saw my guy there, because the pit guy counting down hadn't even had a chance to say anything.
Yeah, I must admit, I was looking here at Ray and just going, he can't get through. If he gets through, we all have to go with him. Otherwise, he's just going to get in the way, because we already know Ray's pretty quick. So
Yeah, he's damn quick. He's definitely could easily match it, or could easily perform in split one.
oh yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what the committee do this during the off season. I mean, the guys that only done 1, 2, 3 or 4 races, did they really qualify to go down? Where the guys have done 6 or more, should they go down ahead of them?
I'll tell you another person that's going to speed is Michael. He's been really quick, a bit like Scotty the last few weeks as well.
Yeah,
He's got some
definitely.
pretty good strategies out as well.
He's a rookie for this season, isn't he?
I think so. Unless he was in split 4 last season, but yeah, I've been pretty impressed. He's had some really good long-run pace. Like some of the lap times he's done at the end of the race and that, it's just been fantastic. I mean, this is keeping Ray honest big time, and Ray's trying to find that way through. So, that area. So,
You're trying to kill him.
oh, well, he liked the inside, I went the outside.
You really had to pick your move and be confident about it.
Oh, yeah. And then, if somebody gets a little hold up or runs a fraction wide, and I mean, look at that at the moment. I think that was going to say there was like a second between all of us that were fighting, the 5 of us that were basically at the front of the field.
Going for his chance.
Andrew, they're saying that Roy Clark is a bit soft on his volume.
The Roy is a bit soft anyway.
All the time, yeah, that's what the missus just said too. Yeah.
Yes, put pictures of Roy up on your wall just to get you out of the moment.
There we go.
Oh!
This was our little touch. Yep.
That happened to me.
Yeah, because he went to the inside to get Michael, and I don't think he realised that I went, oh, I've got a bit of a run, I'll go up the outside. But yeah, we got out of it all good, and put our foot down and try and get back up to the guys again.
Yeah, it's well saved by Scott. The same thing happened to me. I didn't notice someone was there and they tapped me and I was full lock sideways.
Well, you just got to take those moments. Like, it
We do.
really is. There's a little gap and you've got to go, okay, it's either here or I've got to have some confidence. I mean, you just look at everyone here. Like, everyone's trying to find that little bit of a run. And, like, this is the moment where you've got to try and do it because you know that everyone's going to be put off by the cars that are getting close to the end of their fuel stint at the moment.
Yep.
And you want to try and use those guys as a leverage to get past the car in front of you.
Ooh, someone's wide.
I think the best opportunity for a pass was the last turn. If you
Down
could go
here?
out wide,
Yeah.
yep, go out wide and cut on the inside. Or down to turn 3.
Yeah, I found out of turn 2 and into turn 3, I think because I was using 5th gear, I wasn't getting the wheel spin that others were. And that was allowing me to get the nose up the inside of a couple of cars. Because that's where I made a couple of passes.
This one here.
Yep, straight out of here, straight up the inside.
See, I'd normally use 3rd and then short shift to 4th, and you're using 5th.
Well, I'm 5th and then 4th in that corner there, so...
And I'm 5th here.
Yep.
Then I cut it down to 2nd.
Yeah, as I go over this little rise back to 2nd.
Yep.
To...
And then all the way up to 6th.
And all you're focusing on is trying to get the drive out of that corner so you can get as good a run as you can.
Yep, without any wheel spin.
Yep. Oh, there we go. Scotty was having a bit of a flash then. But yeah, like, I mean, I had Mark glued to the back of my car. And I was like, it's going to be a fun race.
Looks like a lot of pressure's being put on by Wayne, by Brad.
Yeah. It's funny because you sit there and talk about there's no tow with this car, but no one could get away from anyone because there's just enough tow to sort of keep everybody in the slipstream.
And do you think that as you get closer to the car in front, you're actually pushing the car in front away from you?
Yeah, I sometimes think that you've got that bubble, that NASCAR type bubble that they talk about.
Yeah, I feel that a few times lately.
Yeah, the bubble draft, where
Yeah.
the air in between the car compresses and actually pushes.
Yeah, pushes the car in front along.
Yeah, that's the best explanation. It compresses.
Wayne's doing a good job up the front there.
Yeah, those boys must be getting close to coming in now. I think it was, I had it at 17, but I mean, there was a safety car, so they'll probably get out to 18, maybe 19 laps, which will be good for them. They'll have 50-50 split on their tyres.
Yeah, I bet they were still hoping that there was a safety car coming in.
Considering it's been, what, 12 laps since the safety car came out, it's still some close battles going on, eh?
Oh, yeah, but you look at it, you look at your board. I mean, most of it's orange and yellow. There's hardly any white. The gaps between cars.
Yeah, true.
That's gonna hurt.
Oh.
Wow.
Right round, baby, right round. Record, baby, right round.
That's really, really unfortunate for Pete.
He was having a good race.
Pete's very, very capable. he just gets caught up in, you know, in accidents, and yeah, it's really unfortunate because he should be a lot higher.
Yep. So a couple of the front are coming in. A couple
Yep.
stayed out. It's going to hurt the ones up the front.
So do we think that the damaged model is better now, or do you think that they still need to make it a bit more, well, if they crash, they hurt the car a lot more?
I think it's perfect the way it is. I mean, you can dual bang now and get away with it.
Yeah, I agree, and they seem to have got rid of that, you know, like with the other cars, at times you only had to touch each other and bang you out in the wall, whereas now you can actually do some rubbing and racing. Oh, that's good.
We go, Ron's in.
You know, if you lose your front bumper, you lose your speed.
Yeah,
Yeah, there was a weird one on the Split 4 broadcast last night. The bumper reattached itself from about 6 feet away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
That
the rear
happens,
bumper, I
that's-
think.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah, it was a
like
rear.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't really Andrew Listener's night tonight. He's been pretty quick, so I mean, and then obviously the strategy's gone with not pitting. Well, may not cost him, but looks like it will at the moment with everyone so close together, because everyone who's pitted late is not even in the top 26, are they?
No.
Yeah, well, of course they've all pitted at full race speed too, whereas everyone else pitted at you know, whatever the safety car's going around at.
Yeah, and the fact that everyone is so nose to tail, like you
Yeah,
got a bit
that's
of a
right.
gap.
So
Right.
yeah, so them pitting under green basically puts them to the back of the pack.
I mean, Brad's basically got his 6-second lead because of the 6 cars behind him pitting.
Yeah. But you're right. Look, you know, after you look at race biff and then look down at the board, and yeah, it's all orange and yellow and just a couple of little 1 second breaks here and there. But yeah, it's very, very close, especially after 19 laps, 20 laps. You know,
You don't see that at any of the other tracks. It's this one seems to produce that type of racing.
well, you did get it in Winton, but you know, like I said, you just didn't have much time to get full throttle. Where here you're basically on full throttle or full res. Every corner.
Look at that, Brad's still hasn't come out. He's down. Brad and Andrew are down in 25th and 26th.
Yep, just coming out now.
Yeah, but with how close the times are now through the, you know, every split, you've got to come in and do it if it's going to get you home. There's just no other choice.
Yeah, listening to John in the broadcast, Split 4 broadcast, he said he got a message from a driver saying, I think a few guys only did one pit stop. I wonder if that's true.
Yeah, I only caught the tail end of that. I actually thought it was one of the admin that had messaged him, and so I think he was giving him stick about not reading the subregs. I might be wrong.
I know who that was. I know who that was. I won't give away the name.
So everyone got disqualified but him.
What was the initials, Mark?
It'll give it away.
They were MD. So
No, it certainly wasn't me.
Andrew, you're in 20th spot, doing really well.
Yeah,
Jono.
I mean, I obviously gained spots over those guys that didn't pit, so yeah, I don't know.
Come on now, a spot's a spot no matter how you get it.
Yep. We got Simon Faz up 11, James Boardman up 14, Russell up 13, Andrew Galley up 18. AJ up
Oh,
9.
Whoop. Rod Allen. Cooling his tyres down.
Tire dipping.
Ooh, that was close. Oh,
That's really good the way you brought that back on. He didn't seem to panic.
But he
Yeah, I
seems to have all that.
thought it was noteworthy.
Yeah.
I think Andrew might have had a different thought on that as it came back onto the track, even though it wasn't too bad an entry.
In the end, it wasn't too bad, was it? But yeah, it had potential to be ugly, but it didn't.
Yeah, I mean, look at that. There's a tenth of a second between the top 5 cars.
Yeah, you're up in 4th now, Roy.
Yeah. So as I said, I got Mark in the pit stops, and then he just sat there glued to the back of me, and I sort of sat to the back of Scott McKenzie. And I think at this point of the race, it was just how I could look after my tyres, because I really thought, with the run to the end, who's going to have tyres left at the end of it, because that left front is really tortured around here.
Yep. And basically, you just want to keep it cool and wait till the end to push.
And you're in such a big train with the cars behind you and in front of you. You can let off and let the car coast through the corners a little bit.
Yep.
And Joe Osterwell's doing really well. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right, but he's doing really well too. And another one that I like is Benjamin Brook. I think they've really shone this season.
Yeah, Benjamin's got he's got some good qualifying speed. Even his race pace has been pretty good as well. So
But both of them are only getting better.
And he's got a really cool name too.
Benjamin Brook.
Yeah.
Is that because he's battling?
Same as Wade, the time with Dassin. Like, you didn't hear about him basically all season. He's been really quiet.
Yeah, but he's been around for
Look, his I rating is over 4,000.
Yeah, Wade's been around for a while, and as I sort of said to him a couple of months ago when he came back last season, I was really happy at the speed he came back, because he used to flog me all the time. And unfortunately now he's starting to find his pace, which is not what I wanted to see.
I don't really care about you and his personal things flogging each other.
Hey, what happens on a Thursday night stays on a Thursday night, mate.
Same on Saturday nights around here.
I'm very impressed with Wade. He's not just a fast driver. He's a very meticulous driver too. He's frugal on his incident points and everything.
That's what you got to be. You got to be consistent. Consistent, stay out of trouble.
Yeah, just like me.
Yeah, Tippy. And Michael Jones is back up in P1.
Yep.
Ray Smith in 2nd. Got McKenzie in 3rd. Roy Clark in 4th.
It's almost gone off then, but yeah, he was very close a few times there. So I said, Michael's mid-race pace, like on used tyres, is actually really good. At Barber, I noticed it. He was on older tyres than me, and I was trying to look after my tyres a little bit at Barber as well, because again, I was doing that long-range run. But yeah, the time he put on me in the middle of that stint, I just watched him drive away, and he's done the same thing to Ray now, where he's looked after what he's got, and then he's just taken the opportunity to just slip by.
So what were our brake biases that seemed to be the talk last night, Hoffy?
Well, I actually changed mine. So I if I had no one in front, I was at 61.5. If I was in traffic, it was around 59.9,
Oh, what?
60. I push it back when I'm in traffic to counteract that dirty air, sort of enable that front to grip up a little bit more.
Right.
I ran stock this week. I went forward a little bit, I went backwards a little bit, and ended up sticking with stock. So,
Luke?
Qualifying, I was at 60.8, and in the race, I ran a 61.4.
What was stock?
60.5, I think.
60.9.
Yeah, that's right, it was. Yeah, I ran 62.5.
Mark?
I was in the low 59s.
Shit. I was 64.3.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Too
Yeah.
fast forward.
I
Yeah.
loved it. I just yeah, that chicane, I could really brake hard and turn in. I loved it.
But on this track, it seemed you could move it all the way forward and still do close to the same times.
Well, I've been hit before.
You hurt your fronts. You'd be hurting your front tyres.
Yeah, but I could still do 20, 30 laps relatively the same speed. So, yeah.
I done it when we done officials on the Monday. I was running 63.3.
And I was 64.4.
Yeah, what was the track temp?
I know, right?
20.
Oh, yeah, I didn't pay attention to the track temp. I just got out there and ran the race. But
It was
How
21
we
degrees
finding
with a 20-degree temp.
how are we finding now that we're back, sort of running behind officials? Are we finding Monday nights beneficial?
Maybe. I was
Maybe.
doing the over 50, so Mondays is busy, so I couldn't do that. And so yeah, look, I'm hoping to do quite a few more now, if I've got time and the missus isn't on my back.
Wow, you know you're doing
No,
it.
after
Way
my
back.
after my last effort of official race at Phillip Island last
In
season
in
before,
1862?
I won't be going back. I won't be, no, because they were brutal. And yeah, I'm not going to race with people who are just willing to chuck it up the inside or make stupid moves.
There was a lot of vets drivers there on Monday night. It was great to see.
Yeah, it was heaps of us in the race.
Yeah, I think
And-
that's
and
just
two.
being such a popular track.
Yeah, but the popularity has waned off. I mean, when the Gen 3 came out, there was 4 splits to start
Oh,
with.
yeah.
And now you're getting 2. But we'll see when Bathurst
Oh.
comes out.
Wow, so they survived that. I thought that was one of them would have been definitely dead then.
They've been neck and neck all race because they were at the start.
It's not over.
Oh, here we go.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Oh, jeez.
That nearly got you, Mark.
Yeah, and it let
That a
Alex
close
through.
round?
I was really trying to hold Alex off, and that let him through.
I have to say he drove really well this week.
Alex.
Yeah, he drove from the
Oh, so
back
he
of the
should.
field. Yeah, oh, absolutely. I
So
mean,
he should.
He's raced the
He
other
should
week
be able to
less
do that
than-
at every race.
Yeah. His race the other week was probably less than optimal. But
Yeah,
he proved that he can drive through the field, and drive well through the field. On a track that was hard to pass. Like, it was hard to get up the inside of somebody and do that.
Yeah.
It wasn't
I
an
do.
easy
I do
hit.
think a lot of people just let him go
Oh.
by though.
So
Yeah,
Michael's just had a problem here because he was in the lead, Michael Jones, and then he's lost his steering. Yeah, he's lost his steering.
Yeah, that's
so,
right. I believe. Yeah, I heard that on
Yeah.
radio.
Oh, no.
So Ray got him, and then Scotty got him, and I went up the inside as well, and we sort of had a 0x touch coming into one of the corners. And next thing he just disappeared, and I'm like, oh no, did I hit, like, did we have one of those hits where somebody's got damaged? And then then he yelled out that his steering had gone.
Oh. Very good.
Interesting. So he just gets off.
running such a good race.
Yeah, I think he could have. I think he probably would have taken it to Ray. And I have to say, like, I'm sitting here at this point going, both Ray and Scotty's cars were looking a bit ragged, so I was hoping that they had burnt their tyres up a little bit as well. So that was my just sit back with them and hopefully, pick them off at the end. That was the plan anyway.
Is it going to bring out a safety car?
Yeah.
Yep. Tyres in the car.
I thought he escaped, but he came back.
Yeah, I think it was just one of the flashing thing. There we go.
We go.
So yeah, it was about this point that I realised we were all going to have our tyres cool off, and my little hope that the cars in front of me were going to burn their tyres apart mightn't come to fruition.
Yep, another 10 laps.
It did really help. It did really help with the tyres. Mine were feeling a little bit second-hand by this stage, and it cooled them off enough to hang in there with half decent pace for the last bit of the race.
Well, as I said, I was watching Ray and Scotty, and I sort of felt like they were getting really squirrely in a lot of corners. So I was like, okay, that's good, because I'd been sitting about half a second off the back, just watching them and coasting around a bit through the corners, trying to look after the tyres as much as possible.
Well,
Russell Uren's had a good race. I expect him to be. He's normally a bit faster than that, so maybe he's got some stuff on at the moment. He hasn't been. I don't feel like he's been racing as much as he has been lately. So.
Well, haven't seen his name in practice sessions as much as I normally would have.
Yeah. That looks like a good race for him, this one. He's up 17, so.
And Andrew Gelly's doing well, following the old fox around. Up 21.
Mm-hmm.
And Ed being Mr. Conservative.
There's Bruce McLeod, 33rd.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
he killed a
That
man.
penalty. Yeah.
There are punishments for murder.
About 9 laps to go. We got Ray Smith in first, Scott McKenzie in second, Roy Clark into third, Mark Horton into fourth, Benjamin Brook into fifth, Peter Latham into sixth, Wade Reynolds into seventh, Joel Austenwall into eighth, Russell Uren into ninth, and the Faz rounding off the top 10.
Some wave rounds going on.
Yes, Michael Jones has come back on. Yeah, you can see the cars that didn't pit on the first safety car, down in the 20s.
Yeah, Wayne Shepherd's into 23rd, and he's
No, he's just flashing.
Yep. And Brad Hayes, I think he pitted late, so He's
Yep.
in the 22nd. He's the highest one there.
It's rude to flash.
I heard Zippy does it all the time.
Amazing what I get up to.
So have you found out what race control are wearing at Zippy?
No, I don't want to talk to Mr. Coleman. He keeps giving me penalty points. So
I think race control should have webcams on at all times, shouldn't they? Safety car pulling away.
a short, sharp sprint to the end. Will Scott McKenzie be able to get around Ray or not?
Yeah, I was going to say he's got Roy covered. He's just got to get Ray.
Is Roy going to be his typical sneaky self and just do a dive?
Take out the field.
Don't count out Mark Horton. He could do something here.
Yeah,
It's
Ray's
a
off.
really good jump by Ray.
Wonder what Hamish is saying to him while he's racing.
Well, Ray almost discussed his whole pit strategy at the end there under the safety car. I think he hit the wrong button. He was talking in sim instead of in chat.
Yeah, I did that. Remember in the over 50s.
Yep. So Ray's going back to his original paint this week.
Yes, I noticed that. That's that controversy over.
He's already changed teams.
Yeah. No Will Munro this week.
He's been in Brisbane. I just saw that.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was funny. I was listening to the Split 4 today, and at the end, John's going, "Well, I'm not going to go chasing these guys up. If they want to race, there's always these guys. I mean, they're over 40, so they should be adults." And I'm thinking to myself, well, some collect Legos, some collect cars, some collect gold. Which one's the adults?
And you can't forget Pecky with his gun collection.
Has he?
Yeah. Short
Yeah.
man, lots of guns.
His motion rig. No, I know Matt Muggleton out there. He collects little toy cars.
They're not toys.
Yeah, they're not toys.
Oh, it's so funny.
They're battery operated toys.
Hey. He probably doesn't want everybody knowing that part of it.
I see Dane's giving you a challenge there, Mr. Hoffman.
Oh, has he?
He wants you to do a lap around the track.
I can't, I'm not racing.
No, he actually wants you to go out and run the track.
Oh, any longer than...
Oh, Tuca.
Andrew?
Yep.
He's
Oh,
done it.
Andrew, listener.
He's
Yeah.
done it again.
Synchronized spinning.
Well, he's done listening to that, isn't he?
One's lost the rear, one's lost the front.
Right. Oh, no steering there.
Oh, he's off
Into the
bush.
trees.
Oh, that's there in his bench.
Yeah.
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 That's a shame.
It's so unlucky because it's just somebody getting a little sideways, and even then you wouldn't have thought the crash was that bad until they flicked off into the wall.
Yeah.
feels like it's been a fast race, but it's been plenty action.
Yeah, it's, like I said, it's one of those tracks. It's just fun, you know.
It's a bit like an
Better than
oval,
GT.
isn't it, with the gaps that we sort of got between everybody too. So one little error.
And with it only being 150 and then getting that early safety car, it's almost turned into a sprint, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've
They're
had
the best.
better races here in the GT3 cars than this one.
Yeah, but again,
And this
GT3 cars. Yeah, GT3 cars they all have their own little nuance. So it's these cars are pretty evenly matched. This is the whole thing that supercars have done. It's about parity. It's gone are the days of, this one's got slightly better suspension and this one's got a little bit more top end and things like that.
Yeah, I agree. Everybody grizzled said they wanted parity and everyone to be even, but now that they're even and you're getting close racing and hard to pass, they're all grizzling because it's too even now.
And hence why you've got what they have now in proper supercars. Where,
that's what I'm talking about. Both real life cars and what we're doing now. It's just so competitive that of course it's going to be hard to pass.
Yep, and hence why we're looking at all these different options on different things we could do.
Yep. And I think it's the same in the real ones. They change, they're changing tyre compounds and that sort of thing to mix it up a bit.
Yeah, I mean that'd be nice if iRacing gave us the 2 compounds at least. Then we could do things with that too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bring it in when they bring the Toyotas in.
Well, there is a new time model update supposedly coming.
Well, you have different compounds now. You have wet and dry.
Yeah, well, you could run around. You could run around on wets
but
for a stint.
It would be interesting to see, like, if they could replicate super softs and softs and hards and wets like they did in real life. If they could do that in iRacing, then that would certainly mix things up a bit, especially if there were options there as to what you took.
Don't the F1 cars in iRacing have different compounds?
Yep, and so did the IndyCar. The IndyCar has the 2 compounds as well.
So it's doable if they start to realise that the real life supercars have all those different options. Maybe. Bring it in.
Payback?
Great. Grab of the front bumper.
Oh.
Not the greatest places to stop.
No, you're in the middle of the track and you come up over that rise and there's a car sitting there. So much. I mean, he's given the spot back. He's redressed, but
There's not much you can do.
yeah, that's a lot of positions.
Whoop. The batter was on.
Yeah, this was the last lap dives. See if we can make a spot.
Hey, Hoffy,
Yes, mate.
I see your split 4 driver did well on Thursday. Mr. Pitty?
Robertson.
Mr. Pitt.
Yeah, he's coming along. Vaughan. Like, geez, that was totally unexpected. He's over the moon. First top 10.
Yeah, we've got Brad Grant, one of our drivers. He did very well too in split 4.
Yeah,
Little shout out to Brad. He's out there watching.
go Brad.
Didn't something happen to Robertson at the start? And then he made his way back?
Oh, I'm not sure.
At least Brad knows how to get the car off the line.
Luca did at the start, and then he made his way back.
Yeah, Brad made an awesome start.
Yeah. Yeah, look, he's only new to it, and he's as keen as mustard, just like Simon Pitt is now. He messages me nearly every second day about how much he's starting to really enjoy it. So it's good to see these guys coming back. So, Pitty's been around for a long time, and Brad's a new one.
We're on the last lap.
Yeah, we get our guys to do full runs together, different lines, side by side, pushing each other, you know. It's really starting to pay off.
Well, Scott's right up there.
Yeah, I was hoping they might have a little touch, but to be honest, I just went, you know what, third spot's a nice spot to finish in this race. I'll take that.
Yeah, it is up 4.
And you would have had the camera ready there, Roy, right for the touch.
Yep. Well, they got in Moss there. They were really close. I'm thinking, oh, if they just touched here, I'll just back it off so I can try and avoid and be in a nice position.
Yeah.
I think we ended up being 8/10, the three of us, as we crossed the line, or something like that. Like, it's ridiculous at the end of 38 laps to be 8/10 for the top 3. I think it was an extra second with Mark as well. Like, it was nothing.
Yeah.
Another
Well
awesome
done,
drive.
Yeah,
Well
well done. Good race.
What's that? Ray's got 5 wins, I reckon, this season.
Yeah, but he's like I said,
missed this.
the field's starting to catch him now.
It was interesting, but like Ray and Scotty both had really good qualifying times, but their race pace is back with the rest of us, I think.
All right, I'm just going to call out the positions because I've had some messages during the week.
Yeah, I've missed.
To say-
I've missed
To
what
do
I was
that,
trying to
we
find.
had Ray in first, Scott McKenzie in second, Roy Clark in third, Mark Horton in fourth, Benjamin Brook in fifth, Peter Latham in sixth, Joel Osterwall in seventh, Wade Reynolds in eighth, Simon Nafaz in ninth, Russell Uren in 10th, Ed Cullen in 11th, Andrew Galley in 12th, Alex Kiddis up 27 spots into 13th, Craig Healy into 14th, Mark Dial into 15th, Todd Martin into 16th, Mark Peck into 17th, Robert Crow 18, Brad Hayes 19, Aidan Rice 20, Andrew Johnstone into 21st, Glenn
Yeah, not
Collingswood,
not actually. I'll
Fletcher
skip you
Christian
back.
in 23rd, Michael Hayes in 24th, and Bruce McLeod rounds off the top 25.
I thought this one was a bit unlucky. Could you see Wayne on your replay or not? When in the race, Andrew, did you see Wayne at that point?
Oh yeah, I could see him
Okay.
there. Oh, why is that going to that camera all the time? Hang on, I'll just try and sort that out.
That's a good view.
I looked at this one after the race because I was in the room with Aiden, and he's with this as well. And I know, like, we even had a discussion with Wayne that he flashed, and I wasn't sure if for you he was even there because the net code was horrendous. I mean, you were going to hit him anyway, but the net code was woeful on this one.
Yeah, from my point of view, I thought I was like about a foot off his bumper, and then all of a sudden he was wrapped around my front. But and then when I looked at it on my replay, it looked like his rear end stepped out. But yeah, no, it is what it is, man.
That's a good comeback from Pecky too to finish in 17th, considering what happened at the start.
Yeah, considering he would have been midget tossed out of his sim rig on that second corner.
Yeah, repacking.
Is he really is he as short as everyone says?
He's shorter.
His booster seat probably fell out.
I'm sorry.
Right, so thanks
well
for calling.
done, Ray. Well done, Ray
Yeah.
and Scott. And Roy, well done as well, mate.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Yeah, well done.
Well
and who did we think for driver of the day?
Well, that's a hard one.
It's a hard one, isn't it? Yeah, it's a hard one.
Either Russell or Simon or even Mark.
I'd give it to Peggy for the comeback.
Oh, there's a good joke about that one. If you YouTube it, you should be able to find it. Put up the list again, Andrew.
Has that got anything to do with Kim Kardashian?
Yep. It's a hard one. It's I don't really know.
I think that would have been
I would probably, my choice at looking at that list, and I'd have to say, oh, I'm going to go Russell Luren.
Up 16.
Yeah, I think he hasn't
Well-
been around, and to get back up to there is pretty good. I mean, the other one is Alex. I know he's had some really bad races, but this was
Yeah,
really
but
a race.
coming.
Yeah, Alex had to start from the back, didn't he? Have a read from
Yeah,
the start?
I know
Yeah.
he had to do a pit lane start. I get that, but I don't know. I just think
He put himself in that position, though.
I get that, but the racecraft to come through to that far up the field on a track that is so hard to pass, and his name is not mentioned anywhere, not once.
What do you mean?
And that's the sort of driving that we want to encourage. Like that sort of improvement in somebody's driving is what we want to encourage in the league, I think.
Oh, look, we all know Alex can definitely. He's got the pace. He's just got to get a bit more. I can't say nothing because I've copped 12 points in the last 5 races. So, but yeah, he's just got to learn a little bit of. Maybe he should go and do officials and learn that little toe-to-toe stuff. But yeah, I reckon Russell Luren to me. I just think that he's up 16. He's in the top 10. He's it's just great to see.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I think it's a good choice.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah,
Let's go.
I'll
with
go
that. Hang
Russell.
on.
You are right, Peggy. Pit on lap 1.
Yeah,
We haven't seen the
Yeah,
best of
definitely.
Pecky yet. He's
and
he
you know,
definitely can get up in the top 5 here.
Oh, he had
I
some
think
real pace this week. I expected him to be. I think his qualifying wasn't where it should have been because I couldn't get near his times in practice, unless of course he was short on fuel.
But if he pitted on lap 1, that wouldn't count then, though, would it?
No. But he would have pitted again.
Well, like I said, that's well. Obviously, everyone else has decided. Russell Luren is driver of the day. Well done, Russell. And good to see you back.
Yeah, well done, Russell.
a lot
Yeah.
of good drivers there that missed out, but
Yeah, look, even Cormick, if you've seen his setup of the paddle, he's up 10 spots, so that's encouraging for him as well. So yeah, well done.
He was a great drive by Faz.
Yeah, Faz, great job.
Yeah, Faz is coming
Just
along.
bring the
He's,
podium up.
Oh, that's right. He's one of
There we
your
go.
teammates as well, isn't it?
Yeah, he's coming along. We've settled him down a little bit, so he's not so aggressive. He can, race hard and try and race fair. So he's coming along.
There you
Good
go,
on him.
guys. Well done at the podium.
Well done.
Yeah, well done, Ray. No doubt we'll be seeing him in Split 2 next season. So yes.
Goody. He's going to be back in Split 2.
Yeah, and Scott McKenzie, shout out to Ross Watson. It's his little Kiwi lover over there.
Do we have the championship points after this race?
No. I haven't got that far yet.
We got after the drop rounds, we have got Ray in first, Scott McKenzie in second, Mark Horton in third, Wade Reynolds into fourth, Benjamin Brook into fifth, Roy Clark into sixth. Just Roy Clark typically staying out of the top 5 because he doesn't want to go up. Michael Jones into 7th, Peter Latham into 8th, Joel Osterwell into 9th, and James Broadman into 10th. And with Ed Cullen just on the outside. So, yeah, it's interesting. 3 races to go.
That's actually
good
really
stuff.
good for Ed too to be up in 11.
Yeah.
And don't forget, last round is a non-drop round. So
Well, we said that last year. We don't know what's going to happen. Maybe there's going to be another hurricane or a cyclone or a big fire or something like that that will change it.
True.
If there is, we know it's you, Zippy, that caused it.
Well, we got Daytona this week. Brazil the week after.
So we're assuming that
So-
Brazil's going to pour down rain. Is this our assumption?
Yeah.
Oh well, the way
Yeah.
John Van Ray was talking, there's going to be something interesting happening at Daytona, isn't it?
Well, we're going to
Daytona-
wait.
isn't
for the
Daytona-
cup week.
Daytona's a night race, isn't it?
Yeah, Daytona is going to start late afternoon or just on dusk or whatever it is,
Yeah,
and
so
go into the
twilight.
night. So the track will be warm to start with.
And it'll
Like you
cool
keep
off as
saying,
the
read
night
those
comes
up
in.
regs.
And then I think
Yep.
he hinted
Yep.
that Interlagos would be the wet race. But they were working out somewhere I read that they were just working out how wet it was going to be.
Can you imagine the first corner into Lagos, whatever it is?
Yep.
Trying
Yeah.
to break
Well,
It'd be like
into that one.
6
Everyone
cars
will
sailing
be
straight off.
side by side into that first wall
And
on the
And
right.
that's before it rains.
Well, hey,
Maybe-
F1 have
Maybe
done it.
that's maybe that's your week to decide for yourself to start from pit lane. If you start yourself, then you don't have to worry about. You've only got to worry about the time penalty, and that's it. So it might be worthwhile.
Yeah, well, after that scuffle at the third to last corner on tonight's race, then I might have to watch out for my license points by then.
And
I think you're
and
up with me at 12, Andrew. Something like you.
I've got 10, and I don't think I've ever had more than 2 in the whole time we've been in vets. So maybe I'm trying too hard now. Don't know.
and starting in the pits there too can be an advantage because you actually take off before the last car hits that first corner.
Yeah, I also remember a certain driver using the pit lane to jump a number of spots and get a pit and do a pit stop under safety car one time there too before we had closing off of the pit lane.
Oh.
Yeah, there's been a few different things happening in Interlagos over the years with the pit, the way it works. So yeah.
Yeah.
with Daytona, I think everyone should start practicing how to start on a
Oh.
bank.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, that
have we
was
pulled out Dave's video? Have we again?
yeah. Drop the clutch and go hard left.
Yeah, Dave.
Just-
I'm sure Dave Baldock will have that video out. I know it's his birthday. Actually, Dave Baldock's birthday today, so let's just
Yeah, happy
remember-
birthday,
Is it
Dave.
really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's only 61, so he's doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Hip, hip,
It's-
hooray.
Yeah.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Dave.
birthday, mate. That's,
Oh, he's gonna kill me for that.
Shout out
you've
to all-
reached 61 after falling off a horse. You're doing all
I was
right.
going to say all these horses are, send in get well cards. Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, I think I will sign us off at that.
Yeah,
It's an
sounds
early
good.
night.
Yeah.
And we'll
And
see you.
split two coming up.
Well done to everyone at the podium there. And see you next week, I suppose.
Yeah, get in there and watch Split 2.
Hot days and summer nights, finish line in the sights. Can't wait to hear those engines roll.